I'm gonna go ahead and hop into the waxing. I'm gonna wax in 3 different spots. So I'm gonna start from right here. I'm gonna do the middle part, and then I'm gonna do right there. Like my mustache, I'm just gonna be using this popsicle stick, and I'm just gonna dip it in the hard wax. It's actually just now getting to the consistency that it needs to be, and I'm gonna apply it on an even layer, and I'm just gonna rip it off. All right, so I'm gonna let it dry for a little minute. So for me, like, being a black woman in America, I just feel like there is so much that we have to bear, and not in a complaining spirit or not in a way that I feel like we can't handle it. But the truth of the matter is, being a black woman in America is hard. It's hard being a black woman in America. It's hard having to deal with all the racial injustice, on top of things that occur in society, on top of feeling less than, on top of the stereotypes that come with being a black woman. Like, it's so hard, and a lot of times we feel like we always have to be strong. We feel like we always have to be the Captain Save 'em, and we got the weight of our family on us, we got the children on us, we got the job, we got the business, the entrepreneurship. We have so much on us to the point where it gets hard. Like, that's just how I feel like it's hard, but in that, it's so much beauty in it. I'm about to rip this off. Hold on. Whew, okay. I always get nervous. Whew. Okay, 1, 2, 3, go. Ooh, child, honey, you waited too long for a wax. Girl, so much hair up in the thing. Child. But anyways, so I just feel like we have to be strong all the time, but at the same time, I feel like we have a lot on our plate because we can handle a lot. We got it. Like, if you seen any other people or any other race, can't nobody do it how we do it. Like, can't nobody handle the job, take care of the kids, have family time, have the food ready, and still take care of yourself. Like, I feel like we have a lot on our plate, but we can handle it. But sometimes it gets hard, and it just brings me back to the whole case of Breonna Taylor. Like, for me, I had to take a break. And when I say I had to take a break, I had to take a break from everything. I had to take a break from social media. I even took a break from my foundation, from posting YouTube videos. I took a break from everything that I would normally do because it became so overwhelming. And people, if you're not really, I wouldn't say if you're not a black woman, but if you're not a black woman, it's hard for you to identify with Breonna Taylor, because that could have been me. I can identify with Breonna Taylor and all of the other black females who have died due to police brutality or to whatever in this world chaos that we have going on. I can identify with that because that could have been me. That could have been my little sister. That could have been my cousin. That could have been my best friend. That could have been my coworker. Breonna Taylor represents all of us as black women. It's not just a Breonna Taylor and that's an isolated case. No, Breonna Taylor is me. Breonna Taylor is your cousin, is your family, is your friend. And just seeing everything that occurred with the situation and the ruling and all the other stuff, I'm not going to get into that. But it just shows you, like, what really matters in this world and what people actually value and what they don't value. And so it really hit home for me. And oh my goodness, I literally pray for her family, pray for her friends, pray for everybody that's surrounding that whole situation, and just really reach out to her family in prayer and just know that it's all under God's grace and his love and his, everything that he has going on is all because of him, and he knows everything and he sees everything. I just want to encourage, we can sit here and say, oh, woe me, oh, this is hard, oh, that, but I don't really like to do that. I really like to encourage. And so for me, I just want to encourage every black woman out there, like, yes, you have the weight of the world on your shoulders, and yes, you may have to be strong. Hold on. Let me apply a thick layer. And so I just want to encourage every black woman out there, like, yes, you may have to, go the extra mile. Yes, you may have to literally show them, hey, I don't have an attitude. Yes, you may have to literally just put a smile on your face when you want to go off on them. But you have to remember, like, God wouldn't put you in a situation if you couldn't handle it. God wouldn't put you in a situation if you didn't have what it takes to be the strong woman that you are. Oh, This one gonna hurt, y'all. Hold on. Woo. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Ooh, wee. Yep, I felt that one. Am I the only person like to assess like the hair that came off? Like, I just want to see if this thing working. Woo. Get a little break in between that one. But yes, you may have to go the extra mile. Yes, you may have to put a smile on your face when you don't feel like it. Yes, you may have to do a little bit more compared to other races. But God wouldn't put us in this position if he knew we couldn't handle it. Like, I be looking at other, like, just certain trends that are trending. Like, you see, like, now people are really, other races are really big into, like, corn rolling now. Or they big into, like, being voluptuous now. Or they're big into, like, big lips, full eyes, big butts, and all that stuff. And I'm like, we been doing this. Like, this is us. Like, what you mean? Like, this is us. We've been on this. We've been braiding her since we was babies. Like, come on out of here now. Get that out of here. Get that out of here. And tap into your black girl magic. Tap into whatever God has called you to do. Whatever business, whatever foundation, whatever book, whatever podcast, whatever you are called to do, you need to tap into it. And this is the main reason why I did this video. Because I want every black woman to see there is something that you're called to do. There is something that only you can do. Do it the way you do it. And if you don't tap into that, not only are you letting yourself down, not only are you letting God down, also are letting down the next generation after you. I don't do these videos because I really necessarily want to do the videos, to be honest with you. I do these videos because I realize that I have a legacy to leave behind. I'm going to have daughters one day, and I need them to see, yo, mama was out here doing videos before we were even born, before you even thought of. Mama was out here encouraging people. I have a legacy. I have little sisters. I have little cousins. I have people that are going to watch me and going to look up to me. And the thing is, a lot of times we can sit here and say, oh, woe me, I'm a black woman, the world is against me, they don't care, they don't love me, and just take on this connotation and this countenance of I am less than. And when you take that on, you're feeding into them. When you take that on and you repeat that to yourself, I'm less than, I'm ugly, I don't like my hair, I don't like my skin type, you are feeding into what they want. And so when you take on the countenance like, baby, you gonna get this black girl magic today. I don't care if you want it, Catherine, but you're gonna get it, Catherine. I have got to take on that confidence. Take on that love for yourself. Take on that, you know what, I may have to work harder, but trust and believe, honey, when I get into that boardroom, when I make my own business, when I start releasing books, okay, just know that I put in work for that. And sometimes we get into a position, myself included, I would feel really uncomfortable around situations where I would be the only black person. And I'm always in those positions. I don't know why God keep doing this to me, but I'm always put into positions where I may not be around people who look like me. And for the longest, I just couldn't figure out why. Like, why me? Why I gotta be the example, Lord? Why you can't choose somebody else? And God reminded me, and he showed me, you are not doing this for you. You are not being put in this boardroom because of you. You're not in your position for you. You are in your position so that another young black girl can look at you and say, oh my goodness, there is somebody like me. There is somebody who's in the boardroom like me. There is somebody who's serving in the military like me. There is somebody who's writing books, who has podcasts, who has a hair salon, who is braiding hair, who's singing, who's praise dancing, who is serving God like me. And that's what we are called to do as black women. Stop looking at what you don't have. Stop looking at everything that you don't have, and realize, renew your mind that you are put into your position so that you can inspire another young girl out there. And it's hard. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't telling you nothing I don't know. I'm not telling you nothing I don't know. It's extremely hard. And a lot of times we want to make it about us, but it's not though. It's not about us. And that's the beautiful thing about it is, it's just not. We have to be obedient to what God has told us to do, and just realize that, you know what, I may be uncomfortable, but because I'm uncomfortable, it's gonna make another young girl comfortable. When she sees me doing it, then she gonna know for a fact that she can do it. And that's all the reason to do it. That's all the reason to do it. Let me get this one last side. Oh, child. Okay. So that's what you got to tell yourself. You got to tell yourself, it's not about me. It's about the next generation. It's about some other young girl looking at me and getting inspired. Did you not know that the next Michelle Obama could be watching you? Oh, come on, somebody. Come on, Jesus, you better come through with the word. Did you not know that the next Oprah Winfrey could be watching you? What is she seeing when she looks at you? Is she seeing class? Is she seeing a woman who loves God? Is she seeing a woman who dresses classy? Is she seeing a woman who don't curse? You are setting the example for the next generation. You may be birthing the next Maya Angelou. Not necessarily the next person, because you want everybody to have their own identity, but in a sense of your young daughter that you're birthing, your young sister that you have, your young cousin, co-worker. They literally could be looking at you to be the example. They literally could be looking at you and looking at how you treat yourself and how you treat others and how you speak about God and how you speak about yourself, and all that can be dictating how they view themselves. And so I just had to realize that at least you got to get over yourself. You got to get over yourself. You got to realize that it's bigger than you. Instead of complaining, instead of thinking, why me, you need to say, why not me? Why can't I be the example? Why can't I be uncomfortable so that God can get the glory, more importantly, but also so that another girl can just be inspired? And I think that that's what Black women, what we need to start doing is just changing the narrative in our mind. All right, y'all ready? Whew. I'm asking y'all, like, y'all ready? Y'all ready? Whew. Okay. Girl, you ready? Okay, 1, 2, ready. Ooh. Child, these things be hurting. And now I'm just gonna clean up with these little Nair post-waxing wipes to get all of the excess wax off my face. Whew, feels so much better. I've had people tell me of other races, you're the first Black woman I met who doesn't curse. You're the first Black woman I met who is classy. You're the first Black woman who I've met who doesn't show off all of her booty and show off all the cleavage and everything is just out there in the streets. I've had other people tell me that, and at first I'll be like, then God really spoke to me. He was like, you're taking offense to something that you should be proud of. And I was like, what you mean, God? Because they basically are trying to lump all Black people into a category. Like, what you mean? And he was just saying to me, he was just like, you know, you're the first. You're missing the whole point of what they're saying. You're getting blinded by other stuff that doesn't matter. You were the first. You broke the stereotype of the typical woman, or the typical Black woman that they're accustomed to. You broke the devil's back by literally not feeding into the stereotype. So because you weren't cursing, because you weren't loud, because you didn't go off on them when they deserved to, because you was just in classy, they now, when they come to another black woman's presence, they now will be expecting the best out of her because of you. They now will not prejudge her because of you. And so it really just showed me that we have to be the example. We have to be the example, and not just to really prove another race or feed into like, oh, okay, I'm gonna be perfect just to show you I'm not loud and ratchet. Not like that, but just to show like, yo, you never know who you may come in contact with. You never know how you can change somebody's opinion on a whole race just by you. And it just really, I guess, encouraged me. And it really showed me, like, you just never know who you're going to come in contact with, and how you present yourself and how you come out and how you just present yourself to the world can make all the difference. All right, so for the next part, my face is mad greasy. It's like a Kentucky Fried piece of chicken greasy. I'm going to just clean it up with just some tweezers. Girl, it's so much grease. I'm just going to clean it up with just some tweezers and just kind of touch up the little spare hairs that I couldn't necessarily get with the waxing. So the whole moral of the story is just be confident in who you are. Be confident in who God has called you to be. I heard a quote one time, and it really triggered something in me. And the quote was really just saying that people do not oppress a race or a gender or whatever the case may be if they do not fear it. People do not oppress a race or a gender if they do not fear it. And I was like, dang, imagine if every black woman really caught on to that and really held tight to that belief that I may be treated differently, or I may be having to work twice as hard because they fear me. If they knew what I really possess, and if they really knew what I could do if I really tap into that black girl magic, I would literally change this whole office. Like, if they really just knew everything that I brought to the table, and if they knew everything that I could do and just multitask and just be able to handle, like I said, the home, the business, your marriage, just everything at once. If they only knew. And it just really brought something to me, and it really showed me that, you know, a lot of times we beating ourselves up and we're saying we're less than, but people can see our greatness that we can't even see. People can see the black girl magic, and you may be black and may not even be able to see it. And so I just want every black woman just to tap into that. I just really want every black woman to tap into that greatness. I'm gonna go ahead and touch up my eyebrows as well. Like I said, they're starting to fade and they're starting to peel a little bit, that you can see. And so once this whole microblading, I should be done like peeling in another week. They'll look a lot more better. But this is what we're going with today. So I'm just going to touch up just the fine little hairs around here that are growing in. And then we can just go ahead and wrap up the video. We are amazing. We are strong. There is nothing that you cannot do. There is nothing that is stopping you from becoming the best version of yourself. There is literally nothing in this world that you cannot do with the power of God. And I just really want every woman out there, and even if you're not black, if you just happen to find this video, just to tap into that power that we all possess as a woman. We all have something that we can do to change the world. We all have something to do that can make the load lighter for the next generation. We all have something that we can do to make it lighter for our daughter, for our cousin, for our little sister. We all have something that we can do. And once you tap into that, and once you realize who you are and realize that you were called to make a difference and stop being a bystander and actually start standing for something, literally the world is going to shift. The world has to shift in your favor. It just has to. Once you really surrender it to God and really get his favor, baby, on top of black girl magic and favor, they ain't gonna be able to listen. They ain't gonna be able to handle themselves. They gonna be like, where'd she come from? Baby, I've been here the whole time, honey. I'm grinding. I am grinding. And that's what you gotta really take on that mindset. Shift your mindset. Shift the narrative that you're telling yourself. Speak life over yourself. Tell yourself, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me, baby. And really believe it and walk into that greatness. Walk into it. No matter what people say, you may be the only black person on your job. You may be the only person in the boardroom. You may be the only entrepreneur that's black in your neighborhood. But you know what? That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Because when you get there and you get into the boardroom, you can be like, baby, I earned a seat at the table. Listen, I can bring the whole table if you want me to, but I ain't gonna show out on y'all like that. I'm gonna let y'all think y'all got the table and all that. Really, I can bring the whole table to everything. But you sit there and you be like, on your throne, I'm here. Yes, I'm the only black woman. Yes, what's up? I'm still here. And what y'all gonna do? Nothing. Okay, cool. And keep it moving. Keep it moving, honey. Walk into your purpose. Walk into your greatness. And just know that you are loved. You are beautiful. You are smart. Stop speaking down to yourself. Stop feeling inferior compared to other races. Stop feeling like you have to compare yourself, your hair type. I've heard so many black women say they don't like their hair. I'm going to do another video about that. That's going to be a whole nother video about not liking your hair. But for this purposes of this video, I just want to encourage every single black woman out there. I literally wish I could just virtually hug everybody out there. Hopefully this video was able to help you. Hopefully you can see that black girl magic, black girl magic does exist. You are beautiful. You are called. You are so amazing. And if only you knew how much God really loves you, if only you knew how much he literally made you by hand. Everything about you was crafted especially by him. There was no mistake in making you. There was nothing that he said, oops, I made a mistake about. Everything about you, to literally the hair on your head, to the number of eyelashes you have, to the way your teeth are shaped, to your eyebrows, to your body shape and your body size. He especially crafted you to have that. And don't ever feel less than. Don't ever feel like you can't achieve what another race or another person has achieved. Literally look yourself in the mirror and say, I am beautiful, I'm smart, I am outgoing, I am an introvert, I'm an extrovert, I am beautiful, I'm smart, I am athletic, I am beautiful. and really walk into that and really believe it. And I just really want to encourage every single Black woman out there to know that you may have the weight of the world on your shoulders, but just know that God is there to help you carry it. You are not by yourself. You are not raising that family by yourself. You're not going to school by yourself. You're not at that job by yourself. But God is there with you, and He sees you and He loves you. And so hopefully this video was just able to encourage every single Black woman out there. Hopefully you were able to take away something from the video. If you need encouragement, or you know somebody else who may need encouragement, please write into my foundation, www.lettersforlife.net, where I encourage people through handwritten letters of encouragement. As always, I love you, but most importantly though, God loves you. I will see y'all in the next video. Bye. Dream about it, I go get it, that's how I do it. Not in the stars, I'm not lucky.